I went by the P.O. box. They said that I can send general mail there for about 2 weeks only. It's only for 2 weeks. They agreed to let me do it. I told them that I'm probably going to get a P.O. box, if not at that one, wherever I'm headed. But you have to send it general delivery with my name on it, Brooke Clark. But I can't tote a lot of stuff, so, and I haven't even looked at the solar packs online. I got to do that when I find power, and it's probably not going to be today. It's probably going to have to be later this week, because I've got to calm down, okay? I've spent the whole morning looking for power. I've probably drove 15 to 20 miles on this bike. I'm in extreme pain. I'm dehydrated. So there was a lady that just brought me a sandwich and a water, and I know her personally. She was my neighbor that lived across the street. She has a husband and some children, and she works a local job around here, and that's how I know her. So I want to calm down and try to eat. I'm going to get in this river. I'm going to shave somehow. I've got lotion and stuff. I've also got to somehow charge my phones tonight and focus on eating. I'm not eating enough. I'm not eating at all, because I'm running around trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to work, because this is my income and I've got to have power. I can be out here and go through the pain and the struggle and I'm sunburnt as hell. That's another thing. At some point, I've got to get some more sunblock. I've got sunblock. Hold on. Where's it at? I forgot I had sunblock. I got a little bit. I need another can. I'm going to do that later when it's the tops of my arms mainly, and my nose and my face. Damn, that shit stinks. That can't be good for your skin if it smells like damn car starter or something. God, even the backs of my hands. All right. My chest and stuff I don't really care about. Yeah, she brought me a cold water, which I appreciate. And a sandwich. It's hard to carry water on you because the book bag is already so heavy, so it's hard. And my appetite is not here. I'm not hungry. I got this sandwich and I'm gonna eat it, but my appetite is just trash. Once I figure out a power source, my next plan of action is to figure out how to hide supplies. I need a case of water. I need, snacks in a bin, probably some kind of Rubbermaid container. I need to be able to leave half of my book bag behind, like dry clothes. I don't want to be toting this stuff all the time. I need what they call like a jump off spot. That's what they call it. I need a jump off spot. Oh, it's the wind. Buying water for $3 a water. If you go and get an Aquafina at the gas station like this, it's $2 or $3. A case of water will run you $4 or $5. The issue is where do I put it? Where do I put it? I don't have mom and daddy's house I can store it at. I don't have a friend's house I can store it at. And even if I did have somewhere like that, it wouldn't be like in the city, maybe, if I knew somebody. But do you see what I'm saying? Do you see my dilemma? What am I supposed to do? Buy a case of water and tote it around in a book bag? I don't even have room, and I have nothing but essentials. This gets to be more expensive, and this also explains why people buy drugs over staying sober. Methamphetamine is cheaper than getting your water for the day. And hell, with some meth, you don't need no damn water. You'll just easy breezy through life. That damn butane in the meth will just set your world ablaze, honey, and you won't even think about water or food. It's more expensive to be sober and homeless than it is to be a drug addict and homeless. Think about that for a minute, because it's a fact. It's a fact. I promise you. Methamphetamine is cheaper than buying food and water. And I'm not saying that's why meth heads are meth heads. I'm just saying Good thing the Lord has blessed me with sobriety. People out here making all kinds of accusations. You got to be pretty dumb. Pretty dumb. I've been doing big girl shit since I was a little girl, okay? I think, given the circumstances of the economy, it's a miracle that I even made it this far. Given, the job market has been shit for like 5 years. It started to go bad during COVID, and it's just progressively gotten worse. I think it's a miracle that I've been homeless for 2 years without a job, and I was able to pay my monthly bills, pay my monthly expenses, have a little bit of fun along the way, see some amazing places, meet some amazing people. I think I ain't even freaking worked a full-time job or anything like that in 2 years because of the economy. And somehow, despite it all, I was still able to pay my bills, take care of myself, focus on cultivating my spirit and soul, and that's what I've done. And that's what I want to continue to do. But this definitely complicates things. I'm over here paying damn $5 a container of protein. I've got 3 containers of protein, probably $150 or $120 at the very least of protein, and I have no way to make it. I got a blender bottle, I got all of that. But where am I going to put it? That's why, that's my next plan of action, I guess. That's what I'm saying, is I'm bitching and venting, and I'm sorry. I generalize too much. I'm a condescending bitch. I have a lot of mental health problems. I'm not making excuses. I need to be a nicer human, I know. Can I, maybe, I don't know, add a little bit of stability to my life, and then we can focus on that, all that other stuff, please? Please. But for real, I guess my next plan of action, after I figure out power in today and make it through today, my next plan of action is going to be figuring out how to store supplies so I'm not riding 20 miles a day on a bicycle in the damn southern heat. Southern heat. I'm in the shade right now. Thank you, Jesus. It's actually kind of cool over here. That's what I'm saying. If I can get supplies in one damn general area, get a rhythm going of having power, and get a rhythm going of being able to slightly maybe take a little bit of whore baths here and there, bird baths. If I can figure that out, things will get better. But your bare necessities, the bare necessities, them general necessities. If you can get that figured out, things will be easier. And you have a better chance of success. Just like when these recovering addicts come into rehab, everybody wonders why the system's failing, why the system's broke. Well, let me tell you, rehabs are broken. All systems are down. They don't even meet these patients' basic needs. They don't even get them rest and fed and water in them and get them rehydrated before they're trying to just collect funding for them. Yeah, and get them out the door. I mean, imagine being in a rehab and you can't even get a cup so that you can get yourself some water. The way these places are ran, I know that sounds inhumane, but I swear, you want me to go undercover? Buy me some of them Ray-Ban glasses and I'll go down to Chapel Hill next week and commit myself and film it all. Well, now I can't because I done told you my damn plan. But listen, there's lots of state-ran facilities that I can damn do that in. They don't give shit the last time you ate, the last time you slept, the last time you had water. But it's a rehab, and they collect government funding and donations so that they can better assist people, get them medical treatment, get them clean off the drugs, and let them get them treatment, right? Treatment, that's the goal. That's what a rehab's for, right? To sober them up and to get them treatment. That's what the federal funding's for, to give them treatment, medical treatment. They do none of the such. And that's why these problems are so bad. I'm telling you, I swear to God, I'll go undercover. You want me to go undercover? Don't dare me now. Listen, if somebody ever sends me them damn Ray-Ban glasses, I'm going undercover. I ain't going to tell y'all. And I'm going to be like, guess what, you guys? I just got out of rehab, but I was sober when I went. Guess what kind of footage I got? I mean, it's sad. It really is. I'm not saying that they don't feed the patients well, but what I am saying is that there needs to be a little more bedside manner, and every patient is different. There needs to be case plans tailored towards the patient, what the patient's been through, the kind of mental health conditions the patient has. And also, it needs to be centered around their drug of choice. That makes a huge difference in treatment depending on what they used. None of this is taken into consideration. The rehabs are a revolving door. They really are. It's sad. It's really sad. Their basic needs are not even being met when they come through the facility doors. All of these things are pushed on them. They're expected to jump through all of these hoops. And some of these people have been out doing drugs for weeks, ain't even had a solid meal or a glass of water in days. And this is why these programs are failing, and this is why these problems are getting bigger, just like the homeless situation. Shelters are trash. General society, most of society believes that there are shelters and domestic violence rescue centers set up to help people in my such situation, but I can assure you that there is so many of us out here. If you do find one of those resource centers, shelters, whatever, they are at such max capacity that if you're anything like me and you're, an able-bodied person, you're better off figuring this out on your own, because there's people that actually have children, women that have children. There's fathers, single dads that have children. They need that shelter space more than I do. I can get out here and I can fight to survive. It's extremely hard to fight to survive when you're a single parent, or maybe you're elderly, or maybe you're a veteran. Those shelters are at max capacity. Okay? And there ain't even none around here. But I think that my point is that the majority of society thinks that there's resources. And it's a little more complex than that. Some places you even got to qualify. You got to have, like HUD. You got to have children to qualify for assisted housing and stuff like that, or low income housing, or you got to be on a fixed income and maybe, have a disability. Like, this is what the general public doesn't know. They're just like, oh, well, most cities have programs to help people in need, blah, 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 blah. Listen, even if they did, like I said, I'm better off out here by myself dealing with this the best way I know how, which is caffeine, nicotine. Where's my vape? Everybody giving me shit about smoking. Homie, you get to live in an air-conditioned house. If cigarettes is the last thing I got left out of everything I've lost, shut up. And how many times did I say I wanted to quit smoking, y'all? I'm about to move this back. How many times did I say I wanted to quit smoking? They just got to point out what I'm doing wrong. They can't say, oh my God, I would die if I had to bicycle 10 miles to get cell phone service, and then I get there and they done cut the power off and I can't even charge my phone. No, they just got to point out that I smoke nicotine. And I want my followers to know that actually support me. This is how it's always going to be. So fuck them and live your life, and fuck them. Because they always going to point out your faults. Like I said, you can have 364 amazing days where you contribute to society, you pay your taxes, you're a hardworking, contributing member. But that one day, you have a bad day, and you might make some poor choices. You might say some shit you don't mean. You might pop a few caps and some kneecaps. And that's all that society will ever remember. That one bad day of that year that you have. Them 364 wonderful days, they'll never remember that. So you got to live your life. Fuck the haters. Do what's best for you. I think that they're, I've never heard a homeless person break this down like I'm trying to break it down for y'all. I heard voices. Yeah, there's somebody coming down here. A guy. And my bike's up there and I didn't lock it up. Shh. He looks pretty harmless, but you never know. Ted Bundy did too, and look what he did. Ted Bundy did too. He's on the phone. He's minding his business. He went the opposite way. I don't think he's going to steal my bike. I don't think he's going to steal my bike. yeah, I've never like, I didn't know that like homeless people, like their back was hurting from their book bag. And I mean, y'all look, it's bare essentials. Almonds, little bottle of shampoo, sunblock, toothpaste, cell phones, Q-tips, sandwich, almonds. There's toothpaste, toothpicks, water. I mean, all of this stuff is essential. My vape pods, ibuprofen, razors, hydration pods, ibuprofen. Like, it's not anything that I can really get rid of. A knife. I did get some carabiners. I was going to try to hang some stuff on here. All of this is necessities, you know, and it's heavy and it takes a toll on your darn back. That's what I'm saying. As I'm going through this, I'm trying to reiterate the physical aspects of this, because if you're elderly, it's going to be impossible the older you get. And I'm an able-bodied person. I'm 37 and I work out quite frequently. I actually have some muscles. Well, let me take a picture now before they're gone in 3 weeks. Sorry, I haven't shaved in a week. I'm homeless. I'm not one of them tree-hugging hippies. I mean, I love trees, and I used to be a hippie, but I shave my armpits. I'm a modern cowgirl, okay? Modern cowgirl. But for real, as I'm going through this, the physical aspects, I've never heard a homeless person sit down and explain, oh my God, my ass hurts from sitting on concrete. Like, I'm even sitting on rocks right now. I mean, this is a creek, so it's not like, and that's at a slant. Let's think about it. Let me just start pointing things out. Okay. For the most comfortable spot in the woods, where should I sit? This is all water. Rocks. That's at a slant. I can't sit up there. Can't sit up there. That's at a slant. And even then, you're running the risk of snakes, because this is a creek and there's going to be snakes and all kinds of stuff. You don't really want to be sitting in tall grass like that. You're going to get ticks, all kinds of bugs. You need to be careful about that kind of tall grass. But for real, so I'm sitting on rocks because there is no other surface. Do you see what I'm saying? And so it's the same thing. When you go to your local Walmart, if you live, the richer the area you live in, the more park benches, trash cans, amenities you'll see, restrooms. But if you live in a small town or a town that's maybe not so good side of town, you're going to see less of those amenities, because they don't let homeless people on the good side of town. You know, it's hard to explain. I know what I'm talking about though. As I'm living through this, I'm talking about my back hurting, my feet hurting, showing y'all the blisters, showing y'all the sunburn, showing y'all how heavy the bike is. You know, another thing that I noticed today is when cars go flying by and I've got this weight of this book bag on me and I'm on that bike, when the cars go flying by, it shifts your weight, and you could get serious. You could die like that. You could absolutely die that way. Absolutely. If it's multiple cars in a row and one goes by really fast and they're really close and the wind knocks me off my feet, I could fall down in front of the next car and die. And I'm pretty sure I could find a news story of some poor homeless person that's already died that way. Remember when I told y'all that I went and found 3 news articles in the past year of impalement by beach umbrellas? Listen, since the beginning of time, people has been finding the craziest ways to die, honey, okay? She drowned in a mud puddle. How? She said she was going to wash the car. I saw her in the driveway with the